That's fair. All right, so going around the table once more, do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time? Starting with Nicolette.
I do, because in 10 years I'll be 34, and in my opinion, women in their 30s are at their peak.
Okay.
So that's my opinion.
And then 20 years' time, so what about 44?
No.
Okay, so you'll peak at 34 or in your 30s. Okay.
And then I'll get uglier in my 40s.
One quick point of clarification. You said you're 10, but you're going to be better looking at 34.
Yeah.
So then you're not a 10 now.
So you just proved why I said I was a 9 last time.
What the? That doesn't even make any sense.
Because I'm playing into your show, okay?
What do you mean? You're playing? I don't know.
Because that's exactly what I said you were going to say. I know how the show works.
Wow, figured it out.
But even if that was true and you predicted it doesn't make it any less valuable to note what you personally assess yourself as looks-wise when it comes to the opposite sex.
In my 30s, I'll be an 11, Brian. Just keep watching.
Okay.
Every time I come on the show, I think I get hotter.
Sorry.
Seriously, go back to my first episode.
You know what? That's a great idea.
When was
Nick,
your first episode?
Pull up. It's
the one with Kiko and
When was
Cheese.
it?
Wait, was that the
That
first
was my
one?
first episode.
With the rage quit?
Yes.
How long was that ago?
Nick, Dating Talk 33.
That's probably over a year ago?
A year ago.
No, it's like 2 years.
Yeah, it was like 2 years
Dating
ago.
Talk 33.
Was it
33.
before or after your plastic surgery?
That was after my plastic surgery.
Yeah, that was a good show.
It was such a good show.
Such a good show. Such a good show. We'll pull it up. We'll do a before and after, I guess.
All right, zoom in. I'm ready for my close-up.
We should get Kiko back on the show.
You should get Chase
We need
back on the show.
Andrew and Kiko on the show.
No, you should get Mary back on the show.
We've had her back on. Yeah, go ahead. You can pull it up. Let's see. Yeah.
Did you give yourself a 10
I
that
did.
time?
See, I think I'm hotter now.
Okay.
How old were you then?
I was like, what? If that was 2 years ago, I was 22.
Throwback. Look at that wood table. Okay. And the surfboard.
All right, now zoom in on me now.
But question though, have there been any changes?
Yes, I've gained weight in my ass and everywhere else, and my hair is longer, and just look at me.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I think I'm hotter now.
Chat, what do you guys think?
Yes, chat, what do you guys think?
What do you guys think? Anyways, going around the table, do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time?
I don't think so, but I'm hoping to stay the same.
Sure.
Yes.
So better looking at 38 as compared to now at 28?
Yes.
What about 20 years' time?
No.
Okay. You're 21, better looking in 10 years' time?
No.
Wait, was that a yes or a no?
No.
Oh, okay. It was like, no. Okay. All right. You're 26, better looking at 36 or now at 26?
It's hard to say because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but for the most part, I think a 26-year-old would be more attractive than
Okay,
no.
Sure. What about you?
Yes.
All right. Better looking at 29 than now at 19. What about 20 years' time? So 39.
Yes.
49?
Yeah.
59?
Yeah.
69?
Yeah.
79?
I think I'll keep getting prettier.
89?
Maybe.
99?
Hey, some people have a gill fetish.
What?
That's like a
what?
G.
I took some MILF.
Oh, gilf.
109?
Asian don't raisin.
But you're half Mexican.
It pulls through.
No, it's still. I mean, look, you're not wrong. I would say Asian women do tend to age fairly well, but 79?
I think I'll still look good.
No, well, okay. Just one point of clarification. So it's not like you can still be attractive as you get older, but it's more so of a comparison between how you look right now as compared to in 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
I think I'll think of myself as pretty as I am then compared to now.
Okay. Wait, you'll think of yourself as...
Like, I wouldn't think I was prettier back then.
Well,
I would still consider myself pretty.
Well, let me ask it this way then. When it let's say you stay single for your whole life. I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but let's say it is. When it comes to your dating prospects, do you think your dating prospects will be better now at 19 than you at 79?
Yeah.
Better now?
Probably, yeah.
What about 29? Better at 29?
Yeah, probably.
Than now at 19?
Yeah.
Better at 39? Or it starts to dwindle?
I feel like it'll start to dwindle.
Okay. Nicolette, you already answered. What about you? Better looking in 10 years' time?
Yes.
Okay, and you're 30, right?
I'm 30, so it would be.
So better looking at 40 than you are now at 30?
Yes.
And then we're better looking at 50?
No.
Okay. And then were you better looking at 20 than you are now at 30?
A lot more. Yeah.
You
a lot
were
prettier.
At 20?
At 20.
I see. Okay. What about you?
I feel like I would stay the same.
You're 21, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So better stay the same at 31. What about 41?
Yeah.
51? 61?
Yes.
71?
Yep.
81?
Yes.
91?
Yeah.
101? Mm-hmm. 1,000? She's a vampire.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you don't think you're gonna age?
Asian don't raisin and black don't crack.
Oh. Well, yeah, I've heard that. But you still age. You know.
Better.
Like wine.
You can age beautifully.
Look, again, you can still be attractive as you get older, but
He's just mad because he's white and he's gonna age like milk.
what the fuck?
I think men age like wine.
No, you look pretty white.
What do you say?
He said you look white.
I'm not.
Well, you look white.
You just like, is it just all makeup that makes you look white then, or?
No, I'm naturally very light skinned. I'm half Portuguese, which is Spaniard, which I guess is European.
Wait, Portugal is in
Yeah,
Europe.
Portuguese. Wait, Portuguese mostly European. What are you talking about?
But like she said, the Mexican side just takes over.
Yeah, but
That's why my ass is so fat.
Hang on. No. Listen, so that you understand, you can be a white Mexican.
Yes.
Okay? There's a distinction between a mestizo and a white Mexican. There's a big distinction between the two. One is mixed. So Mexico's mostly mestizo, that's true, but there's plenty of white Mexicans.
I think Andrew likes me. That's why he keeps picking on me.
Well, I think that you just need to respond to what's being said. Stop obfuscating. So can you respond to what I said?
Well, I'm half white, but Portuguese is Spaniard. Like their native language
You mean Europeans?
is Portuguese.
You mean where's Spain? Can you tell me what?
We already
what
addressed
continent
that.
What continent is Spain in?
We
What
already
continent?
addressed that, Andrew. And what I'm
what
saying,
What continent Spain is in?
did you
what
say
continent?
Europe?
That's it.
I don't know. Don't care. But all I'm saying is that Brian's all white.
What continent Spain is on?
Okay.
Laugh harder.
I've been laughing the entire evening.
It turns me on. Keep going.
So everything is always going to be reduced back to your sexuality.
We're here for
That
people's
doesn't surprise me.
entertainment. You gotta make them laugh. You can't be so serious all the time.
They're laughing their asses off, just not with you.
I didn't hear.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, next.
Where we're going? Oh, I think we left off with you. So better looking or the same at 100 as compared to now at 21. Okay.
I'm really health conscious, so I'll still probably look good in my 30s and 40s. But
Okay.
it'll start to dwindle probably after. Wrinkles, everything, it all comes.
Sure. What about you? Better looking at 35 than now at 25.
I say I'll probably stay the same, and then around 40s I'll dwindle.
Okay. Andrew, what about you? You gonna be better looking in 10 years' time?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, can we show young Andrew? Let's pull up. Can we find it? Do we still have it?
Let's see how much he's dwindled.
I don't think he has.
I'll show a video of young Brian flexing in the mirror for Ethereum.
Yes.
For an ETH, I'll do
I
it.
want to see.
Chill out.
I'm scared to
bro.
compliment you right now.
Chill out, dude.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Look at this. Giga Chad.
Very handsome.
By the way, Andrew, it's a little hard to tell because we're zoomed, but all the girls just like cracked a little smile when they saw it.
It's AI. It's AI. It's all AI.
No, very handsome. Very handsome.
Yeah, AI made me look very good looking. It was very nice of AI to do that.
Yeah. So, did Andrew answer? Did you get to answer, Andrew?
Yeah, I said, I think I'll be better looking in 10 years than I am now.
Okay.
Might
What about
age better.
20? 20 years, Andrew?
Yep.
How
I
old
think
is Andrew?
into infinity.
To
I think I'll be 95 years old and I'll still be better looking than I am now because I need to join the delusional trends of everybody else. And I have determined that it's really all about how you feel about you rather than what is objective. What is objective when it comes to how you actually look? It's really just how you feel.
Well, a confident
And so-
5 is much more attractive than an insecure 5.
Confident 5?
I have literally a video of me like 250 pounds compared to when I was
Yeah,
150.
well, wait, hang on. Let's can we back up real quick? A confident 5 is still more appealing than a non-confident 5.
It's still a
I
5.
would agree, but they're both fucking 5s, right?
Yes, but you're more
Okay,
likely.
well then all we're asking is what makes them a 5. Even so, you just took two personality traits which were in opposition, and then said they're still both looks-wise a 5, which means you can differentiate between how the feelings operate and what is objectively true.
So-
what makes them both a 5? Is it because they're both fucking ugly or average or whatever? Like, what makes them a 5?
Well, I guess they're just fucking average at that point.
Yeah, they're just fucking average, right?
But-
That's fine. But,
but-
when we're asking about looks assessment, we're not asking about how you feel.
So if
how you
I-
feel about you doesn't matter. How I feel, if I feel like it doesn't make me a fucking 10. It just means I feel like one.
So a
I can
5,
feel like the king of France, right? Doesn't make me the king of France.
a 5 who dresses like the basket case in, for example, Breakfast Club, that's just a fucking below tier 5. But a 5 who dresses like, what's the girl from 16 Candles?
No, you're right.
Breakfast Club? Wait, why did
You
look
guys
at
didn't
me?
watch it? The popular girl? And-
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but they're both
obviously
5s.
she's going to be the more attractive 5.
Sure, but they're both 5s.
You don't get it. A
Yeah,
confidence,
but
can,
no, I get it fine, but they're both 5s?
confidence can add an extra point or two.
Okay, I will even concede
Then
that
they
that's
are
true.
6.
That with confidence,
Yeah.
a 5 can become a 6. But there still seems like there's some type of objective standard that you're appealing to for what a 5 is,
And I
what
would-
an average man is. So what does an average man kind of look like? Me?
See, you're right. I'm appealing to this conversation to entertain the show and to be respectful. In my real life, I don't fucking rate people. I think we're all 10s.
Oh, really? You don't, huh? So let me just ask you. I just want to be very clear on this. And you can lie to me because most women do when I ask them this question. When you sit down at a table filled with other women, you don't inside your head judge them on their looks or the clothes that they're wearing or the type of lashes that they have or the kind of nails that they're wearing. You don't do any of that, right? Not you. You're a fucking angel, right? You don't ever do that.
So you're helping my point. How
Yeah,
they're
you're gonna
dressed.
answer my question? You're
How
gonna
they're
answer my question?
dressed. How they carry themselves. How they do their nails.
Yeah, are you
that
going
is
to answer my
confidence.
question? Do you, when you sit at a table full of women, do exactly what I just said and judge all sorts of little details in your head, even though you'd never say them out loud?
I don't, because when I came in this room,
You
I
don't.
addressed everyone. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. Like, I think we're all beautiful. We're all women. And the fact that we're all here, that is confident. And that is a 10 in my eyes. Sorry
Okay,
you don't
fair
agree.
enough. So let me just ask the panel this question. I just a quick show of hands. How many of you either know women, even if you're not willing to admit that you're one of them, who when they sit at a table filled with other women, make value judgments about all sorts of things, their hair, their lashes, their breast size, everything, and you endlessly compare yourself to them and think that they probably compare themselves to you? Just a quick show of hands.
You want to go around the table?
Yeah, just a quick show of hands. How many? Yeah, basically all of you. But you didn't do that, right? You didn't do that. Not
No,
you.
I refuse to do that because when I was younger, like a teenager, I was very insecure. I wasn't as outgoing and confident as I am now. So who am I and how dare I judge someone based on their looks?
It doesn't mean that you don't do it.
I think it's just a biological thing. Like, it's not like I'm looking at someone like, oh, wow, they're so ugly, I'm so much better than them. But we look at, you know, their hair, how they're presenting themselves. And
Sure.
we just make, called a value judgment.
Yeah,
It's not like
that's
we're being
exactly right.
rude.
It's a value judgment. I completely agree with what you just said. It's a value judgment.
I
You
tend to
sit
do
down- You sit down and you make value judgments, and why wouldn't you, right? The way that we judge value of other human beings is through making value judgments, and we're pattern recognition machines, right?
So I forgot who
And
said
so-
this earlier, but
Yeah,
I
let me
do have.
respond to her real quick. She's absolutely right when she says that we are all making value judgments on basically everything all the time. So I always find it really, really hard to believe when a woman says, I'm the only one sitting at this table who made zero value judgments about another woman sitting at this table.
Am I the
No.
only one?
Well, you'd have to be like basically a monk. And
Yeah,
do
well, that's a
so
good
much
question. Are you the
self-work.
only one? Are
I
you
don't
the
know.
only
Am
one at
I?
that
Do you
table?
guys do that?
I believe comparison is the thief of joy. So
Thank
like
you.
if I look at someone and I start to maybe form an opinion, like I'll quickly be self-aware and like take myself out of that mindset because I don't think it's healthy. Doesn't mean that I'm not admitting that like I don't do it at all. Like obviously it's like a subconscious thing when you see someone, but I recognize and I'm self-aware. I'm like, hey, let me not do that. So,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, there's no problem with you saying it's a problem for me doing this. But that's not really to the heart of the question. To the heart of the question is, don't you do it though?
Yeah,
Everybody
I do.
does
I
it.
do it.
Yeah, we all.
Everybody.
Yeah, y'all do it. So I mean, the thing is like all I ever ask is that women are just honest that they do that, and most of them are not, right? And so until pressed, and then we go, okay, yeah, I actually do that. It's like, okay, well.
that makes me sad to know that the women at this table do that.
But
She's saying when it
I
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
you're so shocked. You
Everybody
didn't know
does it.
anything about how women operated before you came on the Whatever podcast. You didn't. You had no clue that women made value judgments about
Everybody
each other
does it.
all the fucking time.
God.
You had no clue that this was the case, right?
Well, obviously I know that they do that, but I just like to I don't like to think about that like, oh, I'm being judged right now at this table of other beautiful women.
It's not always negative. And she's
That's
saying
right.
like she's saying when it comes into her, it's subconscious, and when it comes into her conscious, she's, you know, thinking about it, obviously, like, but
So, for example, like in the perspective that I do it, if I can give an example, like for example with you, whenever we met each other, obviously I have judgments. It's not in a negative way. You told me what you did for work, and I'm always careful because I'm a Christian, and so if you're gonna tell me that what you do for work, I'm very careful with what I say because I don't want someone to automatically think she's a Christian, she's gonna judge me. And in fact, it's great that you do judge people. You like have great conversations with them whenever you get to know them, especially the first thing you get to know is what they're wearing. So if I knew what she did for work, I can ask her like, what does she do? Like I find interest, and then just based off of how women dress, how they do their hair, I can start conversations with absolutely anybody just based off how they look. So I'm judging them, but not in the way to
You're honest about
in
it.
a negative way,
Yeah.
but it's just
Yeah, no, I think
conversation
it is in a
starters.
negative way. I think that we make value judgments in a negative way nonstop, even if we don't think that we do. So, for instance, you're walking down the street late at night, and 5 men you don't know are walking down the street towards you. Would you cross the street?
That's what I was about to say. I have a double standard, and I do have value judgments against them, not
Against
women.
men.
Against men.
I mean, wouldn't you cross the street?
I'm sorry.
But that's a value judgment, right?
Yeah.
because it protects
So I mean,
you.
the thing is that you're making value judgments nonstop every day, and a lot of them are for the purpose of survival. And so since that is the case, and that's hardwired into you, why wouldn't you make value judgments about appearance? Why wouldn't you make value judgments about things that you see patterns in? For instance, people who generally aren't taking good care of themselves, they could look very nefarious to you. And generally speaking, you're probably right. You're probably right. And so that's why those value judgments are there, right?
You're trailing off. First, we were talking about looks.
Yeah, no, but it's all intertwined to the idea of a value judgment. I think that the looks value judgment is based around women competing with each other. And so if they're going to compete with each other, if another woman is doing something that they think makes them more attractive, and would look good on them, they will adopt that thing. That is a value judgment. Or if a woman sees that another woman doesn't do the thing that they think would make them more attractive, that is also a value judgment, right? All of those are value judgments.
So I forget if I've used this example here before, but I don't think any woman is in competition with any other woman because one person's a fucking steak, the other person's Chinese food. Both are great, right?
But then you judge them.
But
right,
some
if you say
people
that.
just want steak and they don't want Chinese food.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
But
find
then
out
you
if that's
do
true.
judge them on that basis.
Let's find out if that's true. So just a quick show of hands on the panel, including you, who just made the case for this. If you found two men and they were equal in almost all ways, they were equal in looks, they had equal money, they had equal everything, they equally treated you well, but one was 6'2" and the other one was 5'4", would you prefer the 6'2" man? Show of hands.
That's a tall guy.
Which one are we preferring?
Ooh, you would. You'd
It's
prefer
hard
the
to say,
6'2" man. All things. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah,
That
but I
is
just
so
said
odd.
I do value judgment men. I already said
That's
that.
right. Well, you're making value. So the point is, though, is that you're making value judgments based around universal preferences, and the universal preference is that you would prefer your men to be taller than you. So if one is shorter than you, 5'4", another one's taller than you, 6'2", you would prefer the one who's 6'2". It's a value
5'4"
assessment based on a universal preference.
5'4" is still taller than me, and so it doesn't really fucking matter. My
Then
7
why'd you
year
raise your hand for the 6'2"?
because I would still prefer him.
Right. So you
the
made a
5%.
universal value judgment. There you go.
Against men, which I already said I do, but
It's not against men. This is a value judgment for you.
Your first
not against
example,
men.
your first example of value judgment was if I sit down with a table of women, am I going to judge them? Oh, her outfit's
Yeah.
fucked up. Her nails aren't done. Her hair's ugly. No, I don't do that.
But judgment
Well, to
isn't
some,
always
but
negative.
to some degree. So
It's not
hang
negative.
on.
He said though. That's what he's saying.
Let's untangle two different ideas here. Idea one, it doesn't mean in your head you're brutal about it, right? But you are making value judgments and value assessments. If another woman has, for instance, what you think is a cute outfit, will you go buy that cute outfit?
Yeah.
Would I go buy her cute outfit?
If you think she's wearing a cute outfit, would you then go and buy that cute outfit if you thought it would look good on you?
Have I done it before? Yes.
Yeah, that's a value judgment. Do you see what I'm saying? That's a value
Okay,
judgment.
so then when it comes to women, I do value judgment, but it's not in a negative way. Which the table of ladies next to me, they're confused. They said it doesn't have to be negative, but you said that you were speaking about value judgment in a negative way, correct?
Well,
Well,
values
no,
are
I
negative
think
and
it can be
positive.
done both ways.
Now
but
you're
generally
backtracking.
speaking,
You're
I think any woman who feels like she's being judged thinks it's going to be a negative, whether it's positive or a negative from your personal assessment. I think that they're just not going to want to get judged at all, right? Isn't that what you said earlier, that you would prefer to just not be judged?
Yes, but she wants to say
so
something.
that's my point.
I think we all judge unconsciously. I think women are competing with each other as well because men fall for what they see and women fall for what they hear. That's why we wear makeup, we do plastic surgery. That's not always for ourselves, right? Sometimes to impress a man or increase our market value. So I think we do unconsciously compete with each other. If you want it or not, we do.
I think also it's like you can form your opinions and that's fine, but you can be respectful about it. You know, maybe I don't like someone. This has happened to me before. I didn't like a girl. I respectfully told her like, hey, you know, I don't think our energies meshed well. I don't think we should be friends, you know. And it wasn't me being disrespectful. It's just an observation to protect myself. So opinions are important. So that way you can set boundaries and you can protect yourself and everything like that.
Well, I think that's different than a value judgment. Maybe I'm understanding like incorrectly.
How's
but
that not a value judgment?
I thought you said value judgment is based purely off of looks.
No, it's based purely upon assessments of behavior or assessments of things which go against your preferences or go towards your preferences.
Oh, then
a
yes.
value judgment is anything. Stopping at a stop sign is you assessing. That's a value judgment. You're assessing the value of you stopping there versus not stopping there. That's value judgment would go into every form of human activity. We're always making judgments on the value of the behavior of the people around us and the behavior that we're engaging in. So for instance, if you've ever said, I don't want to drink tonight because I have to work in the morning, that's a value judgment. You're saying, okay, I'm going to weigh these two options. Do I want to go to work without a headache or do I want to go to work with a headache? right? So which one has more value to me? That's a value judgment.
It's also for self-protection, right? You judge.
It can
for
be,
yourself.
sure. I think that value judgments are made all the time for the purposes of protecting yourself.
Also,
Absolutely.
I will say, Andrew, you are a professional debater because you are so great at making people think that you started off with that subject, but actually ending it somewhere else.
Then bring it back.
Because your first example that you gave me was if you sit down with a group of girls, are you not going to judge them? You said outfit, nails, hair, and now you're saying a value judgment is based off of everything.
But it could be.
So I'm responding. So first of all, I'm responding to 4 different conversations and 4 different people who injected their opinion. But going right back to the beginning, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. Did I not ask every woman here to raise their hand if this is an activity they engaged in? And all of them raised their hand, including you. So what is the argument then?
You just trailed off.
Crickets,
You trailed
crickets.
off.
Nothing.
You trailed
Nothing. You
off.
got nothing. You have nothing at all. You have nothing to say. Just completely wrecked.
Because-
and you have nothing.
Because, as you said, you addressed 4 different arguments from all the other ladies who had an opinion.
And I just addressed yours.
Yes, the first topic we were talking about where you judge purely based off looks, meaning what they're wearing, their hair, their nails. And I'm talking about specifically just women. I don't do that. Oh, I'm prettier than her. Oh, she's prettier than me. I don't do that. Like she said, what did you say? You said comparison is...
Oh, yeah, comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison is a thief of joy. I believe that. But I still judge people off of their actions. I think that speaks a lot more than what they look like.
Really? So you don't ever sit down with other women and ever go, oh, wow, her hair is frayed. Her nails are not really looking very good today. Her outfit is really not well put together. You're the only one who doesn't fucking do that. You go ahead and lie to me and tell me that. Go ahead.
I already answered that question. I said
No, answer it again.
I say no, I don't do that
Yeah,
because I
no,
think
you
it's
don't.
ugly.
Okay.
I think it's ugly.
Sure.
I'm serious.
And how many people you think believe you right now?
I don't
exactly
care.
0, including even the women at the table with you don't fucking believe you.
Because they
and
don't
you
do that
even believe
themselves.
it. You're
Because
just
they don't do that
arguing to argue.
themselves.
I believe you.
Thank you. Like, I genuinely don't do that. I think it's fucking ugly. I don't think we should do that. We're not in competition with anyone at this table or anyone outside of this table. And that's
I think it's just a biological thing. Like, it's not ugly or it's not.
And
like,
it's something
mean. Like, it's just. It happens.
It's something that you have to unteach yourself, like she said.
You have to be conscious when you're doing that. And
No,
it's
that's not what she
creating a
said. What
bias.
she said is that she understands that she even does this, but she tries conscientiously to recognize that she's doing this. To stop it doesn't mean she doesn't do it. You're making a different claim. Your claim is, I just don't do that. And it's like, okay, fine. You're the only woman on planet Earth, the only woman here on the panel, even though you raised your hand earlier and said you did, who doesn't do that. It's
Against
totally
men.
believable. I totally believe you. The chat totally believes you. Every woman here totally. I believe you, girl.
But
You're
if-
so correct right
If
now.
nobody is judging, how come it that nobody here is all tense?
I'm
Because we
sorry?
are all comparing ourselves to other women, right? So we are all judging.
I'm not comparing myself to
But if
anyone.
no woman here on the table is judging, why aren't we all tense then?
Why aren't we all what?
We gave ourselves a
10,
number,
10.
right?
We gave ourselves
We gave
a
ourselves a number, and we make that number in our heads comparing ourselves to different women. So if nobody judged, why aren't we all saying that we are a 10?
Because you're comparing yourself to other women, which is why I'm the only girl here at this table who gave myself a 10, because the only person I'm comparing myself to is myself.
Well, then how can you give yourself a 10?
Because I'm hotter than I've ever been in my whole entire life.
How do you know what hot is? Without comparing to other people, how do you know what that is?
Comparing it to my past self.
That's what I
Yeah, but how do you know if your past self was hot?
Based on the...
That's what I meant. And thank
Based on the what?
Well, I'm trying to think of the word where if you go to other places, they think that's what they consider
Oh, so if
pretty.
other people make the
beauty standard.
determination, so you're comparing yourself to what other people think again?
I'm comparing it to the beauty standard that men set.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So then the thing that you think makes you hot is the opinion of other people, which you literally just got done saying. You base your beauty standard on what you think and not the opinion of other people. Is that a contradiction in real time, by the way?
Well, what I'm saying is I don't fucking judge the woman that I'm in front of by based on their
that's not
looks
what you
or their
said.
hair.
Now, you just got done telling me that I was a bad faith professional debater because I couldn't stay on topic.
No, I said you were actually excellent.
What you literally just said was this. You said, I only compare my beauty standard to me, right? That's not true. You're informing your beauty standard by what you think men want. So it's not from you, it's from men, right? Isn't that what's really true?
And you know what? I'm going to backtrack because you actually just misworded me. You said that I called you a bad faith debater. I said no. I said you're excellent at what you do because if I wasn't good at paying attention, I wouldn't have caught that. But I did catch that.
You didn't catch anything. It makes no sense.
No, I did catch that.
I never and I'm addressing your argument now, and the implication was bad faith. But the thing is, leaving that aside for a second, back to this, the topic we're currently on that I'm not going to let you evade or weasel. I'm not going to let you weasel out of it.
So
not going to let you do it.
Is it a
You are not comparing yourself to just yourself, right?
The reason why I rated myself a 10 is because I'm hotter than I've ever been in my whole life. And if you were to ask me, go around the table, rate all
Based
these girls,
on what?
I would give them all a 10. I'd give them all a 10.
Yeah, based on what?
Based on my opinion of their confidence, the fact that they're here, the fact that they're subjecting
No,
themselves
for
to
you.
assholes
I don't
like
care about
you.
the other women. You said you only compare you to you. Right?
I think this conversation's tired.
I don't care what you think the conversation is. You only compare yourself to you, correct?
You're right, Andrew. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't
I'll never
backtrack
do it
now
again.
and now go bad faith and go, I just don't want to do it anymore because I feel stupid. Just answer the fucking question. Do you compare yourself to you or not?
I do. That's what I said it 100 times.
Then how do you know if you're hot or not?
Because I'm basing it off of the beauty standards that are set.
And somebody said
by men. By men.
But why is it
Yeah,
men's
by
fault?
other. So you're not comparing. You are not the ultimate architect, even in your mind, of your own beauty standard. Other people are. You realize that?
I'm not the beauty. I know. I think that I'm taking a lot of the speaking time over something that doesn't really matter. You're right, Andrew.
It matters.
You're right.
Is it a man's fault that women judge each other?
Yes,
Because you say
it
men a
is.
few times.
It is. It is.
And why is it a man's fault?
Because they set unrealistic beauty standards. Honestly, this is going to sound fucking hypocritical, but it's the truth. Porn, for example.
Is porn a man's fault?
Porn
Or
is
did we
man's fault.
see
Because
money
they are
in
the
that as a woman?
porn is fucking made for men. Porn is made for men.
And who's providing the porn? We as women, right?
Supply
so we are
and
to blame.
demand.
If we do not do porn, men will not have shit, right?
Yes.
We provide it, so we run most of the industry, so that's our fault.
Supply and demand. There would be no supply without the demand of men.
And you have more women categories in porn than men, so who's the more
Exactly. Women
asking
are
for
catering to the men. You're proving my point.
You do not get my point, I think.
Actually, I don't get your point either. Can you elaborate on your point?
So she's saying that you said, why are there more female categories in porn?
No, I said, is it a man's fault that we are judging each other?
Yes, it is, because, for example, in the strip club, a lot of the guys say, oh, there's a lot of competition here. And that's when I use that steak and Chinese food example. I'm not in competition with anyone, because you can be the juiciest peach in the world, but some people aren't going to fucking like peaches.
Who doesn't
that's
like
super
peaches?
weird. Wait, you just contradicted yourself again. You're not in competition with other women. The only reason you compete with other women is for the attention of men. You mean Andrew Wilson's exact position that I already gave you. Good job. Thank you so much for finally admitting that you're in competition with other women for the attention of men. Otherwise, why would you be in competition with other women? You wouldn't be.
Nicolette, just wear this. Just put that on.
Did someone tip for this? 'Cause